economia partidei. Delgado acolo este. Va fi corner, dragi ascultători.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to this exciting, gritty reboot of Risky Quizness, the internet film trivia quiz that should really get that rash look tax. It's not going to go away on its own. On my left, I'm joined by Director of Hallows Eve and other wonderful things, Mr. Brad Watson.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you.
Welcome, you look nervous.
I'm a little bit nervous.
You should be. It's Brad's first time, we'll be gentle. On my right, it's experienced Risky Quizness veteran, Mr. Duncan Casey. Yeah, so very excited to be back. And it's going to be a fun time, and everybody wins. Well, I win, you two. Sort of don't, really, I won't lie. We've got our usual roundup of trivia, film-based trivia rounds, and we're going to start with our general trivia round, a Trivia Newton-John. 5 questions each. First 5 to Duncan, second 5 to Brad. 1 point per question if you get them correctly. If you do fail to answer, I do have the option to pass over to Brad and vice versa at my discretion. Are you ready, Duncan, for your first 5 in Risky Quizness? I would like to thank, before we continue, Jamie Sutherland, who wrangled up a bunch of trivia for me to form into questions. Thank you very much, Jamie. And also Jason Fitzpatrick from the Centre for Computing History in Cambridge for lending me some camera equipment for today, which has been very useful. Are you ready?
As I'll ever be.
Question the first. John Goodman's first starring role was in the 1985 comedy True Stories. Who was the director?
Wow.
Yeah.
This is how deep we're going.
Yeah. Oh no, it's going to get very shallow very quickly.
Oh.
I'm going to pass it over. Do you know?
No.
It's Talking Heads' David Byrne. He directed that, and he's kind of in it as well. Bricktop in Snatch was played, of course, by the mighty Alan Ford.
Yes.
But who did Guy Ritchie initially want for the role?
Oh, it wasn't Pierce. I doubt it anyway.
No Twinkles from Brad.
I'll have a stab and say Bill Nye.
You were so close. It was Sean Connery.
Ah.
Can you imagine? Imagine such a thing.
Do you know what nemesis means?
We.
Errol. I can't imagine that. I cannot imagine anyone but Alan. Doing
yeah, Alan owned that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Fuck off.
Fuck off.
Fuck off.
We are currently conducting this quiz from the Communications Ministry, true, in the sovereign nation of Valverde. However, what is the literal English translation of our nation's name? Co-president.
Val Kilmer's Green Day?
Wow, that was a stretch.
Something about green something.
It is, but I mean, I need a full answer.
No, go on.
It means Green Valley.
Green Valley.
Oh,
Yeah, I suppose it does, doesn't it?
Brad Watson's feature, Hallows Eve, in which you feature, that is not how I wrote it, become unwieldy when I said it out loud, has a number of influences. But in an interview with the website Den of Geek in 2016, he stated that one film in particular was his biggest inspiration, that he watched it as many times as his schedule would allow during the shoot, even keeping a downloaded copy on his phone for reference and blocking and lighting scenes that he would watch in secret. What was it? Did he mention this? I guess didn't mention this to you.
well, I know it was obviously very Carpenter influenced. I mean, I know a shot in particular that he took from The Thing.
Mm-hmm. Are you going to say The Thing?
Yeah.
I can't throw this one over because that wouldn't be fair.
No.
Ken Quapis, 1996, orangutan in a hotel caper, Dunstan checks in. He even intended to arrange a cameo for the film star Sam the Orangutan, but was devastated to discover that he passed away in captivity in 2010.
That was your original choice for my
Absolutely right.
That's from the IMDb trivia page.
Absolutely right.
Why did Arnold Schwarzenegger start a rumor in Hollywood that he intended to star in Stop or My Mum Will Shoot?
Why did he do that?
Why did he do that?
I don't know.
I'm surprised that you guys know this one. At the height of their rivalry, Schwarzenegger started the rumor in order to trick Stallone into taking the role, thus supposedly damaging his career. Okay. What a shit.
I know who directed it though.
That's no good. It's Roger Spotswood. Come on, mate.
Spotswood.
I'm going to have to write down a 0. Yeah, I'm going to write down 0.
Director of Tomorrow Never Dies.
And The Sixth Day.
The Sixth Day.
Under File.
That was a 0 for that round.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
I'm not going to beat
well,
you.
Trust me, he skews things to whoever he is.
This is completely all genuine
So-
and not in any way subjective. Brad Watson.
The one thing I could have answered as well. It's also fucking made up shit. Anyway,
Dunstan checks it. They always go for the Dunstan checks.
that is the running gag. Dunstan checks in.
The Matrix recycles sets from which other film?
Did it? Stink. Matrix was 99, and
It's a comparable film of a similar era. But
I'm trying to think
danger
of
of
what.
having to pass this over.
Yeah, go and pass it over.
Duncan.
Because I want to know.
Equilibrium.
Oh, that's a good shout.
Equilibrium was made afterwards.
Right, yeah.
The film reuses some sets from Alex Proyas' 1988 film Dark City, which is also filmed at Fox Studios in Sydney.
You know what? I was thinking of Dark City,
Well,
and I was trying to remember what it was called.
just
No
one
points for
Yeah.
thinking in this
Stretch.
game.
No, I think I
Stretch your brain. Stretch your brain.
Yeah,
You've got
come
four
on.
more. A lost Alfred Hitchcock script was found and adapted into a sequel to a popular franchise in 1987. What was it?
1987.
1987, yeah.
Popular franchise sequel.
Duncan, you want to
Am
give
I
that a
gonna- am I
stab?
going to kick myself?
think,
Do you want to give that a stab, Duncan?
These are really deep cuts. I mean, I really.
It's a Star Trek thing. I
Lethal
don't know.
Weapon.
Mannequin 2 on the move.
Oh, shut
Of course it fucking is. Basically, that's like the stopped clock thing. Of like, if you just said that to every question, you'd at least get one right.
Mannequin 2 on the move. Which film score composer appeared in numerous episodes of Star Trek the original series as a background extra? Which film score composer appeared in numerous episodes of Star Trek the original series as a background extra?
In the original series.
Yeah, I threw this out. This is a
composer.
Brad question. This is as well.
Yeah, but this is.
You got any ideas about this?
Film composer. I'm trying to think of the era. Who would have been? I'm assuming this wasn't like a gag. I'm assuming he was just mucking around.
He
in Hollywood at
he
the
played
time.
a bunch of different characters, background characters, red shirts and a few more
Right.
things.
A composer from the 60s. Can I? How many questions can I ask?
I'm going to have to
was
hand
he composing
I'm gonna
at
have
the
to hand
time,
this
or was
over.
this
I'm going to have
before
to
he
hand this
became
over,
a-
Duncan.
I don't know, John Williams. Or
Joe Goldsmith.
No,
No.
RoboCop, The Hunt for Red October, and Red Dawn composer
Basil
Basil Polidorus played numerous background roles in original recipe Star Trek, having previously appeared in First to Fight, a film penned by Star Trek writer Gene Elkin.
Wow.
I know, I found out recently from a meme. I was so excited. In the film National Treasure, the heroes of the film are seen using Google. Which search engine is used by the villains?
National Treasure. Yahoo.
It is! Yeah, I'd have said Bing.
I just
One for Watson. Okay. Duncan
I knew
Casey.
that. I wasn't a guess.
Duncan Casey was recently asked to help decorate a friend's flat but declined. What reason did he give?
Flatulence.
Duncan claimed that he's part of an ancient race of extra-dimensional observers and that the laws of his species forbade him from interfering in human affairs.
No, I've used that excuse up now too many times.
He's
People
tight.
ask me to help them.
He's tight, mate. He's tight. Okay. Well, at the end of the first round, there's only 1 point in play, and it's to Mr. Brad Watson,
well,
which
know.
is surprising.
My national treasure knowledge.
The next round is another returning round. It's called True Lies.
Excellent.
True Lies. So this is your bog standard true or false round that I've slapped a name on. Which, that's the way that's been going. So 1 point per question. It's in a binary format of true oder falsch. True oder falsch. Auf Deutsch. Are you ready for your first five?
Yeah.
Children's TV presenter, hench bloke, and former sentient duck enthusiast Andy Peters has a voice role in Toy Story 2.
True.
It is true. 1 to Duncan.
I can't remember what it is.
He could be heard as a baggage handler. He was giving the role whilst visiting the production for a British TV special in which he awkwardly challenges John Lasseter's direction. It's quite funny. He just keeps trying to give him a line reading back and he won't do it. It's like, you're lucky to fucking be there, mate.
Yeah.
Jared Leto was hospitalised with severe dehydration and in a state of near starvation after having entered into talks to appear in a remake of the 2012 Chinese film The Chrysalis. He stitched himself into a sleeping bag and had an assistant hang it upside down from a tree. He hadn't watched the original film and just assumed it was about a literal chrysalis man.
I really wish
Well,
that was true.
Yeah, do you know what? Against all logic and everything, I mean, because It does sound very true, but I'm going to go with false on that
You are right. I was ready to write it. It's such a shame. White men can jump.
one. False.
True. Here's some footage. Played that. Okay. So that's a 0. George Lazenby's real name is George Lazenby, and he's a honey-mating insect.
Oh, you wrote a point down. Sorry. Start again. Cut. Start again.
Ruined my line.
Start again.
Reading.
Start again.
Fucking Jesus Christ.
Fuck them.
George Lazenby's real name is George Lazenby. He is a honey-mating insect capable of amplifying light using stimulated emissions of radiation.
True.
False. His real name is George Beam Wasp. Albert Pyun was set to direct a version of Spider-Man in which the titular character is an 8-limbed spider monster who would fight a character called Dr. Zork.
It's true, isn't it? Isn't that the canon thing?
Absolutely true. Canon picked up the option after Roger Corman's own deal lapsed. Canon heads Golan and Globus never read any Spider-Man comics and just assumed he was a Wolfman-type character and commissioned a script to reflect this. Can you imagine on that scale with that amount of money, someone just going, fuck it. But that is what that is. Menachem.
What's the Menachem? I hardly knew him.
So,
well, at the end of every movie, it should just be "Oh Menachem."
3. It's true. I've been bad with points. I'm not trying to
Menachem.
screw you. 3 points to Duncan, 1 to Casey, 1 to Brad. So you 1 to Casey. Duncan and Casey. Hello, Duncan. Hello, Casey.
Hi, everybody.
So 5 true lies questions. True or the falsch? True or the falsch? Orangensaft, Apfelsaft. True or the falsch? Despite his name, Buck Rogers star Buster Crabbe never actually busted a crab.
I'd say that's true.
False.
I knew it.
He served 5 years as a reserve in the Sea Police, where a number of his arrests included crabs. No points.
The Sea Police.
Fox were contractually obligated to offer a then 73-year-old Frank Sinatra the lead role in Die Hard.
That's absolutely true.
Absolutely true. Die Hard is based on Roderick Thorpe's novel Nothing Lasts Forever, which itself is a sequel to his previous novel The Detective, as Sinatra had played the lead character of Joe Leland in the 1968 adaptation. The latter project was, technically speaking, a sequel. I overwrote that fucking answer, Jesus Christ. That went on and on. I think you put a full stop in it, just a comma. Christ. Andy Garcia is a conjoined twin. True or the falsch?
Fuck it, I'm going to say true.
Genuinely, this is not a gag question. It's true. He was born with a conjoined twin.
He's married to my mum's friend from school. Weirdly.
Did you say? You said true. Yes, you said
No,
true.
no.
I said true. Yes, I said true.
Okay.
Accused of name dropping.
Excellent. Oh, and
I knew
also
that.
we've got to give you one for Die Hard as well. So you got that.
Keep the points up.
Owing to an impacted bowel during childhood, Sylvester Stallone is unable to defecate in the conventional manner, instead passing a smooth football-sized black pellet every January.
Hey, go long.
Oh, please let it be true, but I'm going to say true because you're going to have some stupid answer.
False. Stallone does not have an anus. He instead defecates through his pores. The rights to Aldous Huxley's classic novel Brave New World are owned by Leonardo DiCaprio's father.
Oh, that's so random. I'm going to say true.
Absolutely true. He acquired them some time ago, and there were attempts to make a version of the film starring DiCaprio and directed by Ridley Scott. So there we go. At the end of our first 2 fantastic rounds, we have 5 points for Brad and 3 points for Duncan. But it's all to play for. We're going to go into the fun game rounds now. So, edit!
Fun.
I hope you enjoyed that quick break. We're back. We're going to go into 2 different directions now. We're going to play 2 different games. You're going to play a game, and Duncan will play a game. The first game is called Lost in Translation. Lost in Translation is returning from the prior incarnation of Risky Quizness, which Duncan remembers.
I do.
Here's how this is going to work. Inside your envelope, there are 3 synopses to films.
Right.
Now, I've taken the official synopses of films from imdb.com, put them into Google Translate, and taken them from English to Uzbek to Afrikaans to Mandarin, and then back to English. 2 points for each correct guess. So you're gonna take these out, and you're gonna read them one by one to Duncan, and Duncan has to guess the name of the film.
All right.
Yeah. So you're kind of dealing to him, if you like. Now there are 2 points for each one. There are no half points or anything like that. So you just need to know. Tell me. This is in the name of balance, because you don't have to think about rules when you make these things up. So if you take your first one, just read out. If you want to do it in a trailer voice, you can. It's up to you. I'm not going to force that. So, Lost in Translation, true or false? Brad Watson, let's have your first synopsis.
Okay. Thomas is a two-person. By the middle of the day, he was an ordinary computer program and a nightmare called New Hacker. You always questioned its truth, but the facts exceeded his imagination. When he called the government's legendary computer hacker, Morphe, to call him a terrorist, knew himself.
Keep it together, mate. Keep it together.
I can't.
You can do it.
Right, okay. When he called the government's legendary computer hacker Morphe to call him a terrorist, New himself was against the police. Morphe brings New into the real world and becomes the majority of humanity. The cave is a collapsed cave with a runaway. With a runaway that overcomes the body's heat and electrochemical energy and reflects the idea of an artificial truth called a computer. You, the rebel against the machine, must return to computer and oppose the agent, a powerful computer program dedicated to destroying the rebellion of New and all mankind.
Now, I suspect you may have.
That sounds verbatim like a message I got from a seller on eBay. But I'm going to have to go with The Matrix.
Can you imagine that inside there?
I'll show you later. It's pretty much.
Look, straight up. So that's 2 points to Duncan, because that was very much The Matrix. As very much.
Morphe.
Yeah. He's a new person.
Yeah.
Okay, that was excellent work, Brad. So 2 points to Duncan. You have 5 points total. You are neck and connect. Let's have Lost in Translation Part 2.
Okay. Strangely, the beautiful and strange graffiti label moves to the streets during the holidays, revealing the appearance of strange numbers in the lake. We'll do it. That's a sentence. One of the groups responsible for serious social movements called the property a decent group that endured these threats and ignored the Halloween nightclub. But who is the new threat? When someone appears at night because they say good things to ask for the streets through terrible and cruel means.
That's just the script for Hallows Eve.
It's exactly what.
Is that what your original version?
That's exactly what I gave you.
Brad Watson's own.
After a few, that's
marvellous.
Okay,
that's brilliant.
so
I want to change it to that.
We can recut a trailer for you if you want.
Yeah.
7 points to Duncan now. 7 points to Duncan. So your final bout of Lost in Translation.
A mysterious man worked with a car mechanic, a Hollywood stunt and a garbage driver, trying to avoid the shadow of his own past. His wife was his wife when he left his loved one. Fruit. It's a sentence. At the same time, his auto mechanic tried to use the gangland to create a racist team and become a driver who would be used as the main manager of the competition team. When our hero met a woman he loved, she met a married man. It requires more than just bargaining.
I guess drive.
Phenomenal. Phenomenal. 2 points to Duncan. That
You've done this.
was wonderful. He has done this before. So at the conclusion of that round,
That's genius.
keep your paper handy. You're going to need that. There's going to be pen.
I also want to keep that synopsis of Hallow's Eve because
we could just make a new trailer for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're at flip reverse. We're going to flip reverse it like Blazing Squad. In here, you'll find 3 pieces of paper. This round is called Light Blue Touch Paper and Aim Away from Face. Duncan will read some instructions to household objects in the style of a famous person. The name is at the top, and these are the verbatim instructions taken from said household object. Right. Brad must guess the name of the person and what they're doing to gain 2 points. Now, same thing, you can't get half points, so I need both things for you to score anything.
Right. So I've got to get the person and the object.
Yeah. And no interruptions. Let them finish, and then you've got to guess with the object and the person. Okay.
This is long. I don't know if I can keep this up, but all right. Okay. Find the right cream for your skin. There are lots of different brands of this product and lots of choices within those brands. When choosing a cream, think about your skin sensitivity and where you plan on using the product. Some companies even make a waterproof cream that can be applied in the shower. If you're using the cream on your face or bikini area, make sure you choose formula that's wrong. Specifically for those areas as the skin is more sensitive. If you have sensitive skin, look for creams with ingredients like aloe and green tea. You may also want to speak with a doctor or a dermatologist before use. Depilatory creams can come in different forms, from aerosols or sprays, gels, and roll-ons. A roll-on won't be as messy as a cream or gel, but the creams and gels let you control how thick you apply them. And usually the thicker the better. If you are sensitive to smells, try a cream that has added a scent to cover the eggy smell of the cream reacting to your hair. Just remember that additional ingredients can increase the chances of irritation.
Brad, who was that person and what were they doing?
Have these been lost in translation?
No, these are verbatim instructions. Well, who was it firstly?
Well, at first I was thinking Paul Rubens, but then obviously it's Christopher Walken.
What was Christopher Walken attempting to do?
Well, it's obviously some kind of rash cream or insect repellent cream or something like that.
I'll give you one more guess.
Oh, God.
No?
No.
Christopher Walken was using Veet cream to remove his pubic hair. That's a warm up. Just a warm up. That's just a warm up. Just a warm up.
See, I thought, I mean, my rationale was it was about odour, so I thought it might be an insect repellent thing. And I don't know.
Okay, well we'll steamroll into the next one.
I don't know if I can keep this up for that. Okay.
Okay. This is it. Okay. Number 2, light blue touch paper, aim away from face.
This pack contains 4 courses of treatment, which consists of a single pessary with applicator to treat the cause of your condition, and 1 tube of double-strength cream to treat and soothe external symptoms. This is so bad. Oh no!
Okay, game face, bro. Game face. You have to cut a lot of this out. The person.
Go on, breathe, mate. Breathe. Come on. You can do it.
The pessary, should be inserted as high as possible.
I'm not even listening to the words anymore.
Into the vagina With the help of the applicator, preferably before going to sleep at night for convenient and comfortable treatment. The cream should be thinly and evenly applied to the area around the entrance. Entrance in the vagina 2 to 3 times a day and smooth in gently. It should be used until the symptoms of the infection disappear. The symptoms of thrush should disappear within 3 days of treatment.
Alright, that's it. What was Sylvester Stallone trying to do there?
Oh, is that who it was?
Oh no, I just. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, that was kind of a. You knew that, right? You knew that. You knew that. What was
It was some kind of vaginal thrush cream.
Do you think of a brand? I'll give you that. It did said thrush in it, but I was kind of looking for a brand.
I've got to get the brand as well. How am I supposed to get the brand?
Rhymes with Jennifer Aniston.
I'm not up.
I wrote that wrong. I'm gonna give you 2. Because I wrote that wrong. I put the word thrush in it. Which was probably. That was excellent work by Duncan.
That was
excellent work. Take a big breath because, frankly, I've ordered these in what I perceive to be their levels of hilarity, and I think this next one might be quite difficult to get through. But we're going to do it together.
Oh God!
So, our third.
Are we young or old on this one?
I was going to leave that to you. Actually.
Okay.
I was going to leave that to you.
Maybe we'll change up.
You can change up halfway through if you want. So, our third person is using a household object. Mm-hmm. Go when ready.
Okay. Before use, clean the affected area with mild soap and water. Rinse well and pat dry. This Jesus Christ. To apply this product inside the anus, use an applicator tip cap nozzle. Follow all instructions in the product package or use as directed by your doctor. Fill the applicator with medication from the container as directed. Gently insert the applicator tip just half to 1 inch, 1.5 to 2.5 centimeters, inside the anus and apply in and around the anal opening as directed. Do not insert your finger or any any part of the. It all falls apart while I'm laughing.
This is better than I dreamed. This is better than my fondest dreams.
Or any part of the container into the anus. And do not insert the applicator tip nozzle more than half to 1 inch, 1.5 to 2.5 centimeters, damn it, inside the anus. Do not use your finger to apply this medication inside the anus. If you are using a single-use tube and applicator, discard after 1 use. To apply the product to the outside of the anus only, use your finger to apply a small amount of cream or ointment to the affected area and rub in gently. Wash hands immediately after. Avoid getting the product in your eyes, nose, ears, or mouth. If the medication gets in these areas, rinse the area immediately with clean water. Ferret. Okay.
Brad, who was that person and what were they doing?
Well, it was a Mr. Schwarzenegger, as Barry Norman used to say. The only way that would have been funnier, or it would have been if it was H.R. Giga. Many times you said anus. I was just,
Don't spoil the next round.
I'm not up on my brands for anti-pile cream or whatever, but
I'm gonna
But it's talking about an applicator. I don't know if it was for the cream or for the applicator.
I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. That takes you neck and neck. So that was Anusol.
Oh, Anusol.
Leading brand.
Anusol.
The leading brand of pile cream.
Anusol.
Hold on to your paper because you need it in a moment. Well, that was excellent stuff. We're neck and neck now, 9 points each, and I'm going to go for our edit. Okay, now we are through Lost in Translation. We are through Light Blue Touch Paper and Aim Away from Face. Now this round is called You're Fired. So what I need from both of you, this is a quick fire round of 8 questions. Okay?
Right.
So this is a buzz-in round.
Oh, how do we buzz in?
Well, Brad, please choose a noise for Duncan to make to buzz in. Anything you like. Anything you like.
I think it should be a fart noise.
What about HR Giga saying anus?
Ah, yes. HR Giga saying anus.
Anus.
It'd be great. Yes. Duncan, what would you like Brad to do?
Something that contractually obliges him to put me in a film.
I'm not sure a legally binding statement is gonna be the most quick fire of. It feels like you don't quite understand the format.
I hereby regard this as a verbal agreement between.
He just has to quack.
Yeah? You happy for a quack? Can you give us your quack?
I haven't quacked for years.
You can just say quack if you want.
I'm afraid it's going to be there.
When I point at you, we're going to test it out.
Quack!
Anus.
Quack!
Anus. Anus. Anus.
Quack!
Anus.
Quack! Quack!
Anus.
Quack!
Anus.
I wish I could do that forever. Okay, you're fired. The quick fire round. Ready yourselves.
Anus.
Returning briefly to the world of Roderick Thorpe and Joe Leland and John McClane, which piece of casting, aside from the previously mentioned obvious one about Sinatra, links Gordon Douglas' 1968 film The Detective and Die Hard?
Oh.
Anybody?
Anus.
Yeah.
The story? I mean, the writer?
No, it's a casting decision. It's a casting
Sorry.
Okay. In The Detective, Lloyd Bochner plays Dr. Wendell Roberts. In Die Hard, his son, Hart Bochner, plays the ill-fated Snake Ellis. I found that out yesterday on the train. I was that's a very cool bit of trivia. It's an educational show. You know how to treat your piles, and you know a bit of trivia about the Bochner family. David Lynch contributed to an ad campaign for which video game console? Remember to buzz, remember to buzz.
Man.
No buzzers.
Anus.
I love that so much.
Master System. I don't know.
That's a nice thought, but no, it was PlayStation 2. It's the third place.
Well, I was going to say PlayStation, but I wasn't. But I think you want me to be more.
I think
specific.
after it, it needs to be PlayStation 2. It's the third place campaign. It was fucking weird, oddly. It is a common misconception that the tower attached to the Houses of Parliament in Parliament Square is called Big Ben, when this is in fact the name of the bell inside. What is the tower called?
Quack.
Yep.
The Elizabeth Tower.
No, it's called Tall Terry. Peter Ostrom, star of Mel Stewart's 1971 adaptation Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, never acted in another film and instead chose a life doing what?
Never what? Say that bigger.
Peter Ostrom, star of Mel Stewart's 1971 adaptation Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, never acted in another film and instead chose a life doing what? Did you not know this?
Quack.
I think it goes in this. Yep.
No, I have no idea. Mine
Never acted again.
Mine knows.
He's a vet.
He's a vet. Oh.
Yeah.
Anus.
Why do I know that? Why are you like?
I thought that was quite a known bit of trivia.
Who's he? Who did he play in that?
Willie. Not Willie. Charlie.
Charlie. Oh, Charlie. Oh, fuck. If I'd known that was him, I would have known that because I saw someone posted that on Facebook. I thought you meant the grandpa of some stupid.
No, the star of Mel Stewart's.
Star is with co-star.
The
Balls.
book was called
The
Charlie.
thing I knew.
Who was originally attached to star in the film adaptation of Richard Matheson's classic novel I Am Legend for Ridley Scott? The film eventually became the Will Smith vehicle we all know and hold in mild contempt.
I did know that.
I don't know.
I've read this script as well, actually, because I was really obsessed with the book. There you go. Remember to buzz.
Ooh. I think I'm just going to be randomly guessing names, so I don't.
Anus.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise. I don't think it was.
No, it was Arnold Schwarzenegger. He was originally attached to star in the film, which was sidelined by Warner's owing to budgetary concerns following the failure of Batman and Robin. And ironically, Batman and Robin was written by Kiefer Goldsman, who ended up writing I Am Legend.
That's true. Yep.
Oh, well. Name a member of the Avengers.
Anus.
Yes.
Thor.
No, it's Hawkeye. Danny Dyer. Every time.
I know.
Every time. Danny Dyer was the protege of which famous playwright?
Oh, Anus.
Yes, Duncan. Yes, Duncan. Go to Russia. It's quick fire round. I think you know.
Yeah, I do know. Why can't I think of it? I can't say it. It's just not clicking.
Harold Pinter took Dyer under his wing and they
Why
shared a
couldn't I
close
fucking-
friendship. Dyer performed in 3 plays, personally directed by the late.
That's one of those.
Really?
You're on the spot.
He did.
Yeah.
I knew you knew that.
Yeah, I
but
did.
didn't.
Bollocks! It's like Pinter, wouldn't it?
Who delivers the opening narration to Lloyd Kaufman's Toxic Avenger 4, Citizen Toxie? I thought you would have got one of these.
I wouldn't even have thought you'd got one of these, Brett.
Okay.
Highness.
You know.
Oh, I met both of you. Yes.
Vincent Price.
No, it was Stanley.
Oh.
At the end of that phenomenal quickfire round, nobody got anything. Brad, I'd say you. If it makes you
annoyed
feel
about
any better, I cheated you both out of 1 each.
Right.
So it would have left you in the same place. Okay, so we're now at the same place we started that round, 9 points each. So the next round requires a little bit of setup. So there's going to be an edit, and this is the final round. And I'm going to build anticipation because you're going to bet your points to reverse your fortunes.
Well, they're the same point.
Yeah, but you can choose how many you bet.
Oh, I see.
Dun, 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 edit.
Are you getting spoons or something?
Okay, we're back for the final round that I have called Into the Fray. I have a copy teed up on YouTube of the karaoke version of Glenn Frey's The Heat Is On. This is in memory of the late Eagles frontman Glenn Frey, who of course worked with Harold Faltermeyer on music for Beverly Hills Cop, including this song. I have with me a Frey Bentos pie. Those of you, maybe our American cousins are unfamiliar with what a Frey Bentos pie is. Here's a bit of footage of that. It's kind of a tinned pie that you bake in the oven. I've chosen chicken and bacon flavour. So you're both 9 points each, which means somebody has to take a lead. So you can gamble as few or as many points as you want.
Right.
I'm going to hit play on The Heat Is On by Glenn Frey, and you're going to sing the song. And I'm going to see how much of this pie I can eat. Please write on this paper, as a percentage, how much of this pie you think I can eat before the end of this song. 3 minutes 40. What percentage of this pie? I'll judge the percentage at the end. I don't want to see it. Go on, Brad. Put your bet down. So, and then I'm going to quiz you on how many points you wish to bet. So, for example, if you were to bet 5 points and you were wrong, you would lose 5 points.
It doesn't matter how many points we bet because we'll still lose if we get it wrong because we're level.
Yeah, well, I didn't plan on that happening. And I'm actually quite hungry. So, how many points are you going to bet there, Brad?
Wait, sorry, explain to me again what I'm doing. I'm betting points.
You're betting some points.
Yeah.
You're going to bet how much of this pie I can eat before you two finish singing this song.
The singing of the song is utterly irrelevant.
It's in memory of Glenn Frey.
I'm just going to bet all my
yeah, I was
points.
gonna say,
You may as well. Or one. It doesn't matter.
You're betting 1 and you're betting 9. All right, are you ready to play Into the Fray?
Yeah.
All right, keep your piece of paper to yourself and go. Oh, it's quite tough.
Here.
The heat
is on
on the street.
inside your head.
Shit, it's really
On
tough.
every beat
And the beats are
alive. It's deep inside.
The pressure's high.
Just to stay alive. 'Cause the heat is. Oh, caught up in the action, I'll be looking out for you. Tell me, can you feel it? Tell me, can you feel it? Tell me, can you feel it? The heat is on.
The heat is on.
No, it's rather.
The heat is on.
Oh, grief.
It's on the street. The heat is on.
Instrumental. Oh, don't sing that bit. Air guitar.
Oh. It's going to hurt later.
Something about bowel obstructions earlier. Caught up in the action, I'll be looking out for you. Tell me, can you feel it? Tell me, can you feel it? Tell me, can you feel it?
Oh, there's got some bacon up my nose.
Yeah, the heat is on. I don't remember the year bit. The heat is on. It's on the street. The heat is on.
I imagine this is quite a tedious section to watch.
The
Shadows hide on the darker side.
I don't remember this bit. Oh no, it's the bridge that we
Behind
never
the
listened
doors. It's a wilder
to.
ride. You can make or break. Can win or lose. But that's the chance you take.
Oh God.
When the heat's on you.
It's like dog food.
It is.
On.
Ow!
Oh no.
Oh, caught up in the action, I'll be looking over you. Tell me, can you feel it? Tell me, can you feel it? Tell me, can you feel it? The heat is on. The heat is on.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
The heat is on. Burning, burning, burning.
It's on the street. Woohoo! The heat is on. I can feel the fire. Heat is on. Flames are burning high.
Easy karaoke.
Well,
Wow. Was that nice?
that was mildly traumatic. It was surprisingly stodgy, and I imagine not a particularly entertaining thing to watch. Can I, before I reveal the contents of the tin, can I see your bets, please? Oh my God! Duncan Casey for the win! In the memory of the late great Glenn Frey, I've consumed an entire Frey Bentos pie during the duration of his most famous song. That wasn't by the Eagles.
Did he die of
Impacted bowel.
impacted bowel?
If he was alive,
Sepsis?
if he was still alive, he would be dying of shame. Right? Well, gentlemen, that was wonderful. I've got to hand it to the winner, Duncan Casey. I'd normally shake your hand, but probably not today. Duncan has shared many a meal with me and knows what an awful glutton I am, and probably based it on that. And also, thank you. I hope you enjoyed that. We'll be back for more Risky Quizness at some point in the future. Bye! Support your 7th or 8th favourite YouTube channel by buying crap, tat, junk, hogwash and filth at redbubble.com/people/Valverde shop.